This is a video story of Ryan Gearhan. Ever since he was little, Ryan always wanted to play football. The third football game of Ryan's 7th grade year, a freak accident happened which broke his femur in half, dislocated it, left him in the hospital for a week, a wheelchair for 4 weeks, and crutches for many weeks after that. With lots of physical therapy and hard work, Ryan was able to play the end of 8th grade basketball, run a little bit in track 8th grade year, and was ready, with all the help of his friends, to prepare for freshman football. Ryan's sophomore year, in the first week of practice, had him in a near head-on collision with a deer, a bridge, and a car. Ryan took the ditch, ended up in a creek, and luckily only broke his nose. 2 weeks later, almost to the day, first day of football pads his sophomore year, Ryan's parents got a phone call that said, "I think you better come up. Ryan needs to go to the hospital. He's broken his wrist." The first thing he said was, "I can't believe I'm going to miss football practice." The next thing he asked the doctor was, "How many weeks am I going to be out this time? I've got games to play." Ryan's disappointment in not getting to play didn't show, as he was still at practice every day and at all the games, and his character really shone through when he started sharing his story of perseverance and commitment to younger kids. Ryan's courage and commitment, but above all his character, really showed through as he took time out of his schedule to help other kids. Ryan was at every football game, football practice, and there for all of his friends, encouraging them and helping them to do the best that they could on the field, even though he couldn't be there. Finally, the last 3 varsity games, with the doctor's permission, Ryan got to wrap his wrist and actually go out and play some football. He was thrilled.
Let's go! Yeah! For those of you that want to know what we're all about.
Even after all these adversities, Ryan didn't quit. He went out for basketball, baseball, and track, and was ready to prepare for the next football season. This summer, before Ryan's junior year, brought weights every morning at 6 a.m., which meant leaving our house at 5:15. Summer football camps, and preparing for the next football season. None of us were prepared for that early morning phone call first day of pads that said, "Ryan needs to go to the hospital. We have a broken collarbone." That put him out for the season of his junior year.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will.
I'm going to shift gears away from the football field just a little bit. I guess it does stay in the football family, but the Rudy Award is something that's new across the nation. The first one will be handed out this year. I know you nominated one of your players, Ryan Gearhan, and he's been put on the nomination, one of 3 in Kansas. He's a junior. I know he had nothing to do with this. He was really caught by surprise, but talk a little bit about what Ryan's meant to this program. He went down with a very early injury again this year.
Right, we looked at Ryan as being one of the top kids in our program. He had a great summer with us, was in our summer camps, went to 7-on-7 with us, and you know, at that point was looking at him to be right in the mix. But it's just been incredible with him since that time on how he's responded. A lot of athletes at that point would have probably, you know, tucked their tail and kind of went their own way. And, you know, everyone to a degree have a selfish nature. And, you know, Ryan exhibited none of that. He's been out there with us every day. He's a positive influence on his teammates and coaches as well, and it's just been pretty inspirational to see somebody in his setting, what he's added to our team mentally, and he's there every day, and it's, you know, even me as a coach, it's just inspirational.
And it's great that it's recognized, too. A lot of times those things go unnoticed, and I appreciate you taking the time to do that for Ryan and for all involved. Coach?
Let's go! Yeah! For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% developing lights. He just wants to